Hello, my name is Monica Rodriguez, and I'll be presenting my Understanding Diversity project on young Black girls. So, a little bit about me. I am a second generation Mexican American. I am female, I am 21 years old, and I would identify myself as lower middle class. For my project proposal, I decided to focus on young Black African American girls. And I chose this for several reasons. First reason being for inexperience. I don't have a lot of experience with this community, and I thought it would be the best option for me to explore and get experience with this community. Second being relevance. I definitely think this group is facing the most issues right now in modern society. This a great opportunity to learn about this community, especially right now. And the third reason being application, and that being I will be working with a lot of members of this community. So the first resource I chose was That's Not Me, I See on TV, which is an academic journal, and it goes in depth about how media affects the minds of young Black girls. The research provided shares results from the Black community as a whole, so it doesn't exclude males. They are included in the studies. However, the focus is on young Black women, and the results found that there tends to be a lack of good representation of Black females, and that does directly affect young Black women in North America. I decided this document to be authentic and accurate because it does come from a credible entity. And in regards to application, I figured I could use this as a crutch in designing learning materials for my future students. Second source being Cleva. This is a song by Erykah Badu, and it is essentially a social commentary on beauty standards. This song is very well known in the Black community and just in the music community as a whole, in that it is an inspiring and powerful song. And in regards to application, I hope not only to use this song, but to use more media to implement into lesson plans, whether that's Black culture in music, in history, in art, etc. Third resources I chose is a film by George Tillman Jr. called The Hate U Give. And this movie is pretty complex, but the general story follows the girl, follows a young Black girl attending a mostly white high school. And I think this movie is more relevant than ever. It's intentionally made with a lot of current events embedded in it, such as like Black Lives Matter protests and police brutality. And for application, I figured I could use this film in curriculum, depending on what age group I am teaching. Obviously, I won't be showing this to a younger crowd, but I think this would be appropriate for high schoolers, so grades 8 through 12. My big takeaways in this entire project would be my role, education, inclusion, and media. My role is, I figured, is important as a future educator. It is my responsibility to educate on all topics, whether that is on race, disability, socioeconomic status, and more. In regards to education, I figured that educating masses is the best way in stopping misinformation and stereotypes. There needs to be more inclusion. I know that's a very broad term, but after doing this project, I came to the realization that there needs to be more representation of young Black girls, whether that's in social media, mass media, or what have you. I think there just needs to be more positive influences on young Black girls. And that leads me to my next point, being media, and how it is very important. Whether good or bad, media has a role in sharing information, and I think we need to focus more on the positive things that we are sharing. And this is a link to my 10 references. It is working. It's a link that should work with everybody. Thank you.